Oh, never mind. That's an overall command for everything. Oh. And it looks like my guy, as it
Yep.
all tunes up, we are live. Yay.
Nice.
Oh boy. All right. Um okay, so this is kind of like a work in progress, so bear with us. But this is our first live stream on the channel. There's me, and then there's my friend over here with Kubo
Yeah.
and all those other fellows in the background. And
They're just fans. They're just fans.
just fans. And we are here today talking
Actually,
about
those guys in the back, they're you guys. All
the,
right.
fair enough. All right, we're here talking about Bleach. Well, we're talking about the new chapter of Bleach, I should say, which isn't so new. It came out like August 20. When was that, by the way?
I want to say August 26th.
Yeah, came out August 26th. So we're basically going over. We're not necessarily going over the chapter, but we're actually going to go over some of the situation that led up to it. And so this is going to be like a learning experience / refresher for a lot of us. My friend here has read a lot of the light novels, which actually ties a lot of it together.
I didn't read the light novel. I can't afford it. All right. I I read summaries of it, or at least some of it.
All right, but we've both certainly read and or watched enough of the manga to essentially bring it together. Is what you're alluding to.
Yeah.
All right, nice. So first, I guess really quickly, what did you think of the actual manga itself? The newest chapter, I should say.
I'll say it's pretty cool. I really enjoyed the whole setup and everything. It incorporate into the ending of the last arc, the Thousand Year Blood War arc, pretty well. Um, and I think it also kind of like taken into account of the event from the light novel into as well. So
Now,
yeah,
what's
I like it. I like the part where Ichigo kids uh damning soul into hell.
that's okay. So like, where could they really even send them? Given given how the situation, well, what we know about the situation now. Like, I thought that we were gonna like ship
Well,
them.
it would have been better if he learned how to actually like do the actual ritual of sending them to the Soul Society.
Right.
Then that would have balanced out the balance between the worlds. Whereas he's continuously sending Soul to hell, and that throwing the balance off between the four world.
Now do you think this is something that he innately is able to do, or someone taught him how to do this?
Um, I think it's just something he's doing on his own because it doesn't seem like Orihime or Ichigo know about it. The only person who know about, I guess, Kazui ability is Kon.
Corn, yeah. And yet we're not here. Well, has Corn actually seen him do it up till up till that chapter, or no?
I
Because
mean, if he's always with him, then yeah, probably did.
so then wouldn't he have something to say about all this? Like, hey kid, maybe we should learn the actual ritual. Maybe we should.
I mean,
those eyes are creepy.
yeah, he probably should have, but it's Kon. I don't think he really care all that much.
Right. Because what he's got to
Um,
lose?
yeah, my boy Kon, all he care about is big titties
Yep.
and bitches.
Yeah, pretty
Right.
much. Pretty much.
Sometime Rukia, even though she's flat as a board.
Yeah, very. Even I mean, but Renji seems to be okay with that. So I guess a
Yes.
win's a win wherever you can get it, right?
Yeah.
But okay, so we have this kid who believes that he's helping people by what we know now is sending them to hell. But with that being said, should we jump over to what happens to the fallen captains when they actually pass away in battle in the Soul Society? Or is it even
Uh,
captains, or are we talking about Shinigami in general now?
o- okay, so according to new info from Shunsui, um, I guess now we kind of have some kind of power scaling. Because I believe they say that every I guess everything in the spirit world or the soul society world or hollow world, yeah, in general, like the soul, they all have kind of like this spirit power or Reiki, to where uh I believe a normal Shinigami have like a Reiki of 20, and then lieutenants and 13 of that, I believe they say they have like a Reiki between 6 and 4, and then above that, so it would be the captain class. It would be above 3, so from 3 to 1. Their spiritual power are too much to be able to return to uh the cycle of soul in Serete. So they need to perform this ritual, the soul funeral ritual, or the soul funeral festival to uh well, what they thought it was to allow the soul of the captain class
To pass over,
to return to the earth of soul society,
right?
and going back into the cycle. Um, but like Shunsui say, or Kiriaku say, from like an old wives' tale where it kind of has been lost for a while and no one really know about it, was the main reason for the funeral was to, I guess, basically pass on the soul of the captain to basically to hell because it can't return to the cycle of soul because of like how immense it is because of their time amassing power over like hundred and thousand of years.
So every captain who's ever given their life, or just fought for the Soul Society, not even captain, just every Shinigami essentially, of a certain power level, once they croak, they just all go straight to hell basically.
Yep.
Now, here's the
So all
thing.
the all the previous Kenpachis,
Yeah, I was just about to say
all of
that.
them. Yeah. Yeah, that kind of. Although the thing is, I don't think they really take into account of this because of how long of a lifespan a Shinigami
Uh
have.
huh.
Because like freaking Ichibei is over like a million year old,
Yeah, he's old as
so
hell.
they can live for a long time. So they don't really take into account of the Shinigami class captain dying. So unless it's like unless they got killed in like battle or something, but that's very rare.
Right, except for yet again all the Kenpachis, which leads to, I guess, my next situation is this right here. As you already said, it's already an oversight because the incredible lifespan of a Shinigami. But
Hmm.
when the Shinigamis took over from the Quincy's, or whatever that scenario is, I'm sure you'll explain that to us. Speaking of which, for anybody who's listening to this, expect topic videos to come out of this particular live stream, because there's already a bunch of stuff that we're kind of already talking about and working on. Because of the situation with the Shinigamis and the Quincy's, or what happened, I should say,
Hmm.
was this something by the Shinigamis, like a really large oversight? That it's like, you know what, we kind of really fucked ourselves because we believe that we should just completely obliterate a hollow or a wicked spirit or whatever the case may be over cleansing it. But what are we going to do when we die? If we
Okay,
die.
so Shinigami are basically souls that have reincarnated from dying on Earth. So their soul gets sent to the Soul Society through the method that you're supposed to do, to where the Shinigami tap the forehead of the soul um with the hilt of their sword, and that's basically the correct way to transfer soul from the Earth realm to the Shinigami realm. and then from there they have the option, or if they're so lucky or powerful enough, um, they can become a Shinigami, and vice versa. If they're bad, if they live as bad human, they become hollow, and so on and so forth, right?
Right.
And they'll go to Hueco Mundo, and the Shinigami who die, uh, eventually they do end up as Reishi and end up um basically becoming like the plant, the ground, the dirt, and everything in the Soul Society,
Mm-hmm.
and they serve as like part of the Reishi environment, and all of that stuff get basically cycled back into Earth and all so forth on and so forth between Earth, Hueco Mundo, and the Serite.
Right. So they basically just go back into the life cycle.
Hmm. Like a good way of seeing this is basically kind of like I was watching Tekken 101, and basically a way of seeing this as the Buddha's wheel of reincarnation of the sixth realm,
Mm-hmm.
or sixth path of pain. To where, if you think about it, the Earth realm is the human realm in the cycle, and the Shinigami world is the world of the gods. Um, the Quincy world, or the Shadow world, is the world of the Ashura, I believe, and or no, is it Diva or Ashura? I don't remember. I don't remember. But and then the Hueco Mundo is the realm of the Hungry Ghost, and then there's the Beast realm where Komamura and possibly Yoriichi have went. Um, and then there's the Hell realm. So, and then there's some other realm too, but
Right.
yeah.
Right. Right. Well, that's
But
kind
that's how
of
I kind of see it.
all right. So with I guess my next question to you is now that you have so they thought they were doing this festival essentially
Mhm.
to celebrate the life of fallen captains, or I think it's just fallen captains. Yeah, it's not. Or
Yeah, of the fallen captain from the Thousand Year Blood War.
okay,
They believe it's a way to help the soul of the captain return to Earth, or
right,
return to the environment of the Serite.
okay. So basically back into the cycle. Now that and then obviously the I guess not really a myth, but a legend or an old wives' tale kind of spoke otherwise. Now that they kind of have an idea that that's true, what do we know as it pertains to those captains and lieutenants and whatever Shinigamis who have ever been sent to Hell? Are they still themselves? Are they warped by the Hell's environment? How does that work?
Okay, so here's the thing though, like Bleach have done, or at least the Bleach anime have done
Right.
a movie based on Hell, the Hellverse,
Yes.
and supposedly, that's not canon, and
Right.
it's a completely different vision than what Kubo have won. I believe someone was mentioning that Kubo actually told the animation studio, or the anime studio, of how he want the hell to look like, and how he want the whole thing to be, but I guess they say, yeah, no, fuck you.
Wow.
So uh Kubo just went ahead and do some random shit at that time, and now he's basically redesigning it to fit the manga a lot better.
Okay.
So I believe in the Hellverse, the personality of like all the resident of Hell is a little bit twisted,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know how it is compared to this, because even let's say even if the captain did end up in Hell, um they don't necessarily mean they're the enemies,
Right.
like they could have been sent to Hell as kind of like a guard or a warden of Hell, to where they protecting the Earth realm, and all of that from escaping from Hell, basically.
Right. Okay. Well,
So like
go ahead. I'm sorry.
maybe that's why, like, Ukitake at the end of the chapter, um like sent out his sword and pulled back Saizo Aparo.
Yeah, it shanked that dude in the back and brought him back in.
Yeah. I know
When
like his sword was massive, dude. What the fuck?
well, I don't think he ever had well, I don't think he ever really needed to expand it off to its full length like that. But
I don't
with
think his sword can do that.
which leads me to my next question: is it possible that your power intensifies while you're in hell? Because do you think that a Shinigami's body is fully restored? So, like, if you were ill, or if like if you had some type of sickness, or you lost an arm or a limb, or whatever the case may be, when you go to hell, all that's restored, or you're back to who you were, or
Well,
what are your thoughts on
I'm
that?
assuming like 'cause it does seem like they're taking some characteristic from the Hell movie to where you can't really die again while you're basically bound in hell or bound by hell. So where it's kind of like the concept of always in constant agony and pain while you're in hell. It's basically like that where you'll constantly feel the pain uh and all of that, but you can never die.
Okay,
So yeah, I think they do have their full body restored, or maybe to a state of when they had died.
okay, that sucks. So that means dude still has like tuberculosis or whatever that was slowly killing.
Probably.
That
Yeah.
blows.
Or like Yamamoto is constantly on fire.
Right. Hurtful. Okay, so let's go to our next question. Were the Shinigami wrong?
Yeah,
Like
hell yeah. What the hell?
did they completely and totally screw the pooch on this shit?
Um, I mean, well, as far as the balance of hell and soul society being thrown off, I wouldn't entirely say it's their fault because they also the Quincy, who kind of came and kind of throw everything out of whack. Um, and then now with the I guess the disappearance, quote unquote disappearance of Yuha and
Aizen.
Aizen.
Yeah.
Although Aizen really didn't disappear, he just got bound back up in the chair.
Right.
So his Reishi is technically disappear, and Yuha became the new Soul King. So he's a vegetable now. Um,
Jesus Christ.
it throw the balance off, and with the recent war, a lot of like high level captain level people got uh basically basically a lot of like reishi strong reishi being sent from the soul society to hell, kind of thrown the balance off between the two. A good way of seeing this is kind of like uh the the mentioning of the two koi or the two goldfish or koi fish at the beginning, to where the bigger fish at the beginning represents the soul society because it was so abundant with soul and all of that. But then with the sudden loss of it, or it's dying and losing a massive amount of reishi, and all of that reishi end up going to hell. So that's kind of like the metaphor where the bigger fish die, and all the nutrient basically going to the smaller fish and that become bigger. So that's basically hell. So yeah.
That's basically how the cycle continues. Okay, so let's go to our next question. So the Soul King was a Quincy, and he was actually now was he?
I don't know. I don't know if he's a Quincy because I read over it again. It didn't really specify whether he's a Quincy or not. It is like apparently one the requirement for one to become a Soul King, and that's why Ichibe wanted to turn Ichigo into one, was because a requirement for a Soul King is to possess the power of a Shinigami, a Quincy, and a Hollow. So he have the power of all three, basically.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so
So yeah, he's a god.
let's step back for a minute. So they initially wanted to turn Ichigo into the new Soul King.
Yeah, Ichibe. I believe they explain it in the novel. where his original plan was to, snatch up Ichigo and turn him into the Soul King to restore balance.
Now you use the term snatch up. This wasn't going to be something like he would have a choice or a say in this. It was just like we.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh wow!
He's gonna bring the duct tape and everything.
Yikes! Okay, so did Ichibei, was he going to feel anything about this? Wouldn't he feel bad or anything about it?
I believe the word that came out of his mouth was yeah, I'll miss talking to him.
Oh, that's some fuckboy shit. Okay, so they take Yuha, they put him into, I guess, into some type of suspended animation, and now he,
Yeah, so I'm assuming he's in the same position as his father, the Soul King.
yeah.
And they explain at the end of the Thousand Year Blood War arc, the last chapter. I believe they like over the 10 years since the battle, they have been collecting Yuha fragments of power
Mm-hmm.
and sealing them inside the Soul King Palace.
Wow. Okay. Now that you're speaking about the about fragments, right?
Hmm.
Go into a little bit about what Aizen was trying to do for a good amount of time before essentially he quote unquote turncoat.
I don't know, bro. Aizen's innocent.
And Aizen's innocent. How so, sir? How so?
Let my man out. Let my man out. Okay.
Well, we're free Aizen now.
Yeah, they should, cause he's the one that's gonna keep the balance because of his immense spiritual pressure.
Right. But
So free my boy Aizen.
okay, well, explain how Aizen is not the enemy, how he's not the bad guy, and he was actually apparently working to protect the Soul Society from the very beginning.
Well, I wouldn't say he
Well,
was
maybe not the Soul
protecting.
Society, but you know what I mean, like in general.
I wouldn't say he was protecting, but he doesn't want to serve something that is basically at that point a corpse
Mm-hmm.
of an old god. Because him and Urahara know like the true form of or the true story behind the Soul King.
Right, like what he
Um,
is and everything.
yeah, so that's why he always referred to the Soul King as that
That
thing.
thing. Yeah.
Him and Urahara both. Um, so like he know it, like the past misdeed that was done by the four noble family. Um, so he doesn't want to serve, a corpse that the Shinigami had like, basically used up until now. So
How,
I think that was the whole Aizen deal where he don't want to be, I guess, living or continuing on with the old tradition of the Shinigami and their I don't know how to say it, but basically their past mistake.
and what was he actually thinking he could do to change it, if anything? Because, like, I mean, who's to say
He
he didn't
probably, he
get?
probably,
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
he probably had the same plan as Yuha to where he want. Maybe I'm giving Aizen too much credit, but I think he want to free the cycle of the world from the Soul King and thereby letting the Soul King rest finally.
Mm.
Um, because his thing was like to obtain the Oaken or the bones of the Soul Palace, so he can get up there to I guess kill the Soul King.
Well, then he would have to take his place, quote unquote, right? Not necessarily suspended as a corpse, but wouldn't
Probably,
he
yeah,
have? Yeah,
yeah,
wouldn't he have to
probably.
stay up there and be that central power, or whatever? So is
And
there really a
plus
difference?
plus with the Hogyoku, it might end up working better.
Well, he would have to. It's inside of him, Aizen, though, right? He would have to like
Yeah,
essentially sacrifice himself to let this happen. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so he still feels that. So he thought that was a better strategy than just leaving the suspended corpse up there.
Yeah, like that's kind of fucked up though. Like,
Well, apparently there's a lot of fucked up shit going on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like for whatever you may think of Aizen, I feel like his worth, he's worth more alive and actually doing shit than just essentially sitting on a throne up there at the Soul Society, because that's essentially what
Hey,
they would do.
hey, I didn't deserve it. Okay.
All right, fair enough. Where do you see the next chapter going? Whenever that happens, of course. Given everything that we saw, some of the new characters that were introduced. Actually, matter of fact, you thought that one of those new Shinigami's might actually be Yorichi's kid. Which one was that?
The tan girl. What was it? What the heck is her name? Uh, Yayahara Yu. That name though.
Yes.
Like it's not confirmed, but
Right, right. But you suspect that it might be.
I think so. Cause like maybe like her brown skin isn't entirely because of the Yagu thing from Japan.
Right.
And if you look at her hair, like it got like a blonde, and then toward like the tip of her ponytail and all that, it's kind of like a dark shades.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming maybe it's like a dark shade of purple and blonde. So like a mix between Urahara and Yoriichi. You know,
Well,
my boy Urahara clapped them cheeks.
yeah, Uhura was always about his chocolate. He was subtle about it, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. All right. It's kind of funny though. So where do you see the next chapter going in with all of this? Like, like I said, do you think Ichigo's child's being manipulated? Do you think he thinks he's doing the right thing, but he's actually fucking the balance up?
Yeah, I don't think he's being manipulated. I definitely think that he thinks he's doing the right thing, but yeah, he's damning soul into hell.
Mm.
Basically saying, just saying.
The reincarnation of Satan. That's great. From what you saw as it pertains to his power compared to Rukia and Reiji's kid, what are your thoughts as in the gap between these two kids, essentially your next generation of Shinigamis?
So the thing is though, um, I think there's something related to the two of them because the two of them were one was able to open the gate of hell, Ichigo kid, and he also the one who end up like destroying the last remaining power of Yuha from the last chapter of
Yeah.
Bleach. Yeah. Yeah, so he did that, and he can transform to Shinigami form without a soul badge.
Right.
And Ichigo doesn't seem to know any of this.
And he can't see the sense any of it either.
Yeah. And then Rukia's and Renchi's kid, she was able to detect the giant hollows from hell, while no one else was.
Yeah, she was able to physically see them, yeah?
Yeah, while no
Yeah.
one else noticed. So she might be somehow connected to hell. So yeah, the two of them definitely have some connection to either the hell or the hell gate itself or the resident of hells. And I think this is supposed to be a Renji arc.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of like how like the first arc was Ichigo and then the next arc was Rukia. After that was Horihime.
Right.
And then the Fullbring arc was supposed to be Chad, but Chad got cucked.
Yeah, he got cut pretty hard.
Also the Fullbring stuff. We'll come back to that later.
All right.
Because that's related to the Soul King.
Shit.
And then the 1,000-Year Blood War was supposed to be for Uryu, and now it's supposed to be for Renji, I believe.
Wow. With the last 10 years going by, because like I was looking at kind of how the battle, that initial confrontation happened at that festival. Like, I'll say Renji for sure. Dude looked like he's been lacking. He looked like he's been lazy as shit the last 10 years. Like, our boy got himself some pussy, and then all of a sudden he don't know how to act.
Bro, leave my boy alone.
I'm just saying, dude. Like, I mean, I understand having, say you have a kid, you have a wife now, things slow down. But
I wouldn't
Jesus
say he's
Christ,
lacking. I wouldn't say he's
I
lacking.
think he was.
Like no one else noticed the hollow.
Oh well, I'm
Okay.
not. I'm not. I can't blame. No, no. Don't be wrong. I'm not blaming him for not seeing the hollow because no one can blame him for that shit. What I'm saying is that the reflexes weren't there. Like the reaction time wasn't there. Like you know what I'm saying. You know what happens when you get into peacetime? People get complacent, and I
Hey
feel
man,
like
he's chill. He's chill. Okay.
I feel like he wasn't moving the way he
He,
was supposed to. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
he's just chilling. You know, once Byakuya retire, Renchi can become the captain. Okay.
Wow. Hopefully Byakuya remarries, but I don't think that's happening.
Nah.
I think he swore that off. Now I think about it. But wait a second. Is he? Renji's not. Is Renji still the lieutenant of Squad 5? No,
6.
or Squad 6?
Yeah.
Is he?
He's still Byakuya lieutenant.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I felt like he transferred.
No.
All right, but all right. Let's go to the Fullbringer arc for a minute, or how the Fullbringers kind of are tied into this, because I do appreciate how Kubo's making sure that all the ingredients are essentially in this pot. What are your thoughts on that, and what's your feeling on that overall situation? At least what we know.
As far as the Fullbringer stuff, they are related to the Soul King, so where the power are stemming from the fragment of the Soul King that was scattered throughout Earth and the Soul Society, and Horikomundo too, I think. So basically, the power of the Fullbringer are the Soul fragment of the Soul King. And I believe I think it was Aizen that mentioned how a majority of the Fullbringer um possess the nail of the Soul King. Kind of like how Rangiku have the a fragment which is the nail of the Soul King inside of her before Aizen snatch it out.
Explain that situation.
But
With Aizen running around grabbing fragments and
I think that's the only fragment that you have.
how did well okay, so two things. How did he know that she had it? And surprise
Well, Aizen was sending his lackeys to go out and kidnap a bunch of people with unusually high amount of spiritual pressure or spiritual power. So he probably when he saw Rankiku, he probably like noticed it and he extract the nail from her and put it inside his Kogyoku to make it stronger.
now he did this when she was only a child, right?
Yes, while she was still living with Gin, and at that time Gin ended up seeing that, and that's why he made this long con of working for Aizen, to hopefully find an opportunity to steal the Hogyoku and kill Aizen, and take back, I guess, her power.
Yikes! So
But
much,
Aizen disarmed him.
so much betrayal. Now you also spoke about these lackeys, right? And each one of them serving a particular purpose. Can you further elaborate on that?
I don't think really serve any other purpose other than just bringing Aizen shit.
Well, what about what's our boy's name? He was a
Black
captain
dude,
too. Who?
the black dude,
What? Well, damn, dude, he got a name, bro.
Kaname.
Thank you. What was his deal? Explain his situation a little bit as it pertains to Aizen and what his go his not his goals, but what his situation was.
Okay, so the thing with Kaname was he also had some ties to a character from the light novel. To where Kaname best friend was this female Shinigami who ended up marrying into one of the four noble family. And she married Tokinada Tsunayashiro. He's supposed to be the main villain in the light novel. And he's the head of the one of the four noble houses. the Suna Yashiro family. And then one day, I guess in a dispute, he slaughtered his wife, and the only consequence that he got from that was like a house arrest. And that basically pissed off Kaname, and Kaname ended up taking the sword, the Asauchi from his friend Kagyo, and basically making his own. And he ended up working with Aizen throughout the whole time. And I believe he asked Aizen that if his will ever waver, or it seemed like he's gonna change back for the better or whatever, then Aizen should kill him.
Yikes.
And that's what Aizen did.
Yeah, once he wavered and shit. Um, holy shit. So you would recommend that the light novels are well, you would say that the light novels are a good read, and it would even be recommended, given
Yeah,
that helps fill the gaps.
could they also like show a lot of shit. They show a lot of like Bankai that you didn't see.
With that being said, you had mentioned, I should say, off stream, a little bit about Kenpachi and his Zanbakuto in general. Would you mind go ahead and just kind of elaborating a little bit more on his situation?
Give me a second. Let me drink some water.
Yeah, no problem. As if you ain't got enough thirsty motherfuckers behind you, including Kubo.
Yeah, no. People are thirsty for Kubo.
Wow. I mean, hopefully he gets to do things the way he wants this time around.
Yeah, I hope so too. Um, let's see. As far as Kenpachi, okay, so yeah, the new information that was released was Kenpachi Bankai, or his sword spirits, was supposed to be like originally a mature lady. Um, but it seemed like what was her name? Yachiru
Mm-hmm.
separated from the main body, or the main spirits, and end up manifesting in front of Kenpachi, and she was able to gain her Shinigami abilities through Kenpachi basically giving her a name, or bestowing her a name, kind of like how Ichibei is, like giving name to certain thing and basically giving it power.
Right.
And that end up giving, Yashiro her Shinigami power, because she was named after Unohana Yachiru, who was the Kenpachi before Zaraki.
Mm-hmm. Now since she split up, or split off, I should say, and was basically able to manifest her Shinigami abilities on her own because of the bestowing of her name, as you just said, what happened to the original spirit of Kenpachi Zanbakuto? Do you believe that she's still there?
Yeah,
Is
she's
she
still there. She's the one that talked to him when Kenpachi first
like
able to hear
started
his power. Yeah,
right when we first started contacting? Do you think we'll ever see her manifest
we probably will.
and whatnot?
We probably will in this either this recent arc, or maybe another arc later.
And how much do you think his power will continue to grow because of that?
I think after Yashiro end up decide to go back to the original power,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what end up unlocking Saraki Berserker Bankai state during his fight with Valkyrie.
Right.
Um,
It was a good fight, by the way.
no, that was a bullshit fight.
That was a good fight.
No, that was a bullshit power. Um, I think he is definitely a lot stronger than he was 10 years ago during that fight,
Mm-hmm.
because maybe he has trained continuously with his Bankai and all that. And I think he might still have some contact with Yashiro. Maybe like she's basically a guy for his Bankai. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, fair enough. Let's see. What else comes off the top of my head? Which
And as far as Tokinada, his Zanpakuto is like a inherent Zanpakuto, kind of like how Nanao is. Um, it is. It's not like how regular Shinigami got their sword, to where they gone from putting all their spiritual power into the Asauchi and manifesting their own power.
right?
Toginada inherit his from his family from generation to generation.
Oh,
Yeah, and I believe they say that his power is a lot like Aizen, um, to where but compared to Aizen, he can only control two people at a time. To where Aizen, he can control a
as many
bunch
people
of
as you
fucking
want.
people. And another thing about Aizen is Aizen was so powerful even before he got the Hogyuku and all that. He was able to constantly keep his Shikai activated for hundreds of years.
Right. That's how he was able to. I mean, they kind of explained that a little bit in that initial arc when they found out he was the betrayer. That
Cause like Aizen's what was it? What the fuck was his sword name? Um, Hyoga Suigetsu. It needs to be reactivated every time. Um, yeah, it needs to be reactivated every time if the user. Let me word that a lot better. Let me see. So yeah. So every time that Aizen deactivated his Shikai, the people gone out hypnosis. So he only needs to use that shit one time and show it, and he never deactivated it. So that hypnosis is basically you're kind of stuck with that forever.
it's basically permanently active.
Yeah, and like you need an immense amount of spiritual pressure or spiritual reishi to maintain it.
Okay,
And that just show like how powerful Aizen was even
so
before having the Hyogoku.
so this dude basically his Shinkai ability, I mean, essentially it's supposed to have a cooldown based on the spiritual pressure of its user, but our boy is so powerful that he never needed to deactivate it.
Yeah.
That's kind of broken, actually.
See, this is why they should free Aizen.
That's kind of broken, to be honest with you.
Free Aizen and restore the balance, okay?
Restore the balance. He's the chosen one, huh?
Yeah, it really is. Like all they need to do is free Aizen and the Soul Society spirit, basically spirit power would increase greatly.
What do you do with him, though? Like, what do you physically do with him?
Shit, I don't know.
Because he's immortal now. Like, he's definitely.
Give him a special area, his own villa or something, his own beach house by the Hellgate or some shit,
I suppose
to
it's
where
not.
to where he constantly like exude his spiritual pressure to keep hell in check.
I suppose that wouldn't be that bad of an idea.
I mean, that's better than nothing.
Better than keeping him strapped up in some chair on
Yeah.
some S&M shit.
Now, if they don't want to free him completely, unbound a little bit of his restraint, so some of his spiritual power can get out and keep hell at bay
Yeah, but
to buy maybe to buy time and shit.
true. I was about to say because I assume they're so scared of him that they're just not they're not able to even risk it. Now, with that being said, how was he able to hide his own spiritual pressure for so long? You have any thoughts on that?
I don't know if he ever needs to hide it. It's probably came with his ability to where everyone has already been under his hypnosis, so he can like let them see whatever they want.
Oh, right, because he has complete and total control of all their senses.
Yeah.
Oh. And then you think about it, with every person he meets, they have to be hypnotized too. So he's just like constantly just adding to the fucking load. It's like being in Super Saiyan constantly and growing stronger as you go along. That's kind of yeah, that's kind of fucking broken, dude. That's
And now that he incorporate the Hogyuku into his body, like this man's broken.
yeah, that's pretty fucking OP. That's pretty fucking OP. Anything else in particular, man? Like, well, actually, one more thing. Well, one more thing that I can think of. What about the hell butterflies? There was some type of significance to that too, yeah. That they had
Yeah.
pointed out in the chapter.
So Saizo Aparo mentioned to Ichigo how Hell has always been by their sides. Hence the whole Hell Butterfly. The whole purpose of the Hell Butterfly originally was to allow Shinigami to freely travel from the Soul Society to um through
The,
the Dangai to go to whether it's Hueco Mundo or the human world. So I don't know what's the main purpose now is of the Hell Butterfly. Maybe it's like a way for Hell to always monitor the Shinigami.
I would assume
So
that's like a two-way street. That makes sense if you think about it.
yeah, yeah. So they always know what the Shinigami are doing and stuff like that.
All right, fair enough. Is there anything else that you want to add? Is there anything else that we're missing that you feel that's important to bring up?
Um,
Because, like I said,
sure. I mean, if you want to talk about, if you want to talk more about like how you think the next arc is going to be, we can do that.
now this isn't the 1,000-year arc, right? We're going into, is it?
Huh? No, the Thousand Year Blood War arc was already done.
Yeah, like so I'm saying. So, because
Although it is getting an anime in 2022.
we'll see who's the studio that's doing that.
I have no idea.
See that then that's how things get.
I'm assuming it's Toei again. Or was this Toei that did the Bleach anime?
I think so. I'll have to look. To be honest.
There's blood, so I don't know.
Okay. What are your expectations for this new arc? What do you want to see? How long do you think this arc is going to be? And since it sounds like they've finally bowed down to the powers of Kubo, how much time do you really think he's going to take? Because he never was really a fan of being on these strenuous type of time frames. And
Yeah, I definitely think it's gonna be like either a monthly or bi-monthly kind of series that Kubo's doing. I mean the chapters are pretty long, so
yeah.
I don't care. Like if Kubo needs to take his time with that shit, go ahead. If he can do it his way, I'm all for it. I don't care about the wait. Shit, look at One Piece. That shit ain't finished anytime soon. Okay.
No, it's not.
I know Oda say they're 70% done, but that shit ain't finished for like another 10 years.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that was 70% done. What 3-4 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's not gonna be. A
So
thing.
I don't care if like Kubo decides to take his time with that and develop his story how he wanted it. Um, as for the next arc, I hope we get more kind of like a world building to Hell, and I don't know. It would be cool to see how kind of like he might try to tie Hell and all that stuff um to like maybe reverse London or the Soul Society West branch with the whole witches and stuff like that.
Right.
That would have been cool. But I don't know if he's gonna end up doing that or not. He might do it just to promote the series,
The new series,
like
yeah.
the movie that's coming out. Yeah. But it would be cool if he does that with the whole reverse London and all that.
That would be a nice. That would be actually be a nice twist. Do you think, as we go into this new arc, if there are any new powers introduced, are they? You think it's going to be something that's like a derivative of Hell, like if a Shinigami absorbs enough agony, they can funnel it in a certain type of way? Do you feel like the Bankai can continue to be built upon? Where do you see this from a skill and or power segment or section? How do you feel that's going to eventually evolve? Or has Kubo laid the groundwork? He's left everything where it's at, and then they just have to deal with it. They have to be smarter instead of getting stronger.
I mean, I think the groundwork for the power is already like set in stone.
The faces, man, the faces.
Yeah. So like I say, I think the Bankai will continue to be the Shinigami main basically main power. But then there's also you gotta think with Urahara and Mayuri, technological advances. There might be changes to it to where like maybe Shigami will get an upgrade in their ability or become more technologically advanced in their way of fighting. To
Right.
where maybe it's not just um using sword anymore. Maybe it's like sword and like fuck a Glock or some shit. I don't know.
That'd be funny.
I'm kind of thinking like maybe like since
Bring my homie Sparks
the
back.
Shinigami is like in that uh I think like that Edo period. Maybe like if they advance it to like maybe a later on to like a later period within the Japanese history or whatever. Uh, I don't know, bro. Maybe like the sword become lightsaber and shit.
Wow. I for
Probably
my
not, but like maybe like a boost in their ability through maybe like some kind of like technologically advanced Shinigami suit.
okay, that could work. I'd like to see for me. I'd like to see some type of progression with their Zanbakutos. Honestly, I'd
Mm,
like to see. I'd like to see something more because like a lot of them we didn't even get to see their Bankai or what it could do. I'd like to see a bit more advancement in that, and or I'd like to see certain characters demonstrate some other abilities because in these 10 years, I'd like to think there's some crossover between some of the abilities of different squads or whatever. Because
mm.
everybody seems to be they seem to be a lot cooler with themselves now than they certainly did at the beginning of Bleach, give or take. So
Yeah,
I'd like to. I feel like there's way more unity there. So I'd like to see more from a skill standpoint. I'm not saying everybody has to be as quote unquote well rounded as Byakuya, but I'd like to. I don't know. Some dudes need to step their shit up.
oh yeah, I definitely think with Shunsui now being the captain commander, he's a lot more open minded than old man Yamamoto, who was like more old fashioned.
Right.
To where he's willing to accept changes. So he might he might see the Thousand Year Blood War as kind of like a mind opener for him to where maybe doing the same old way isn't always good and we need we need to adapt to to progress even further. So the whole technology, maybe inter squad, training program to where maybe they should train more into learn more from the Keto Corps
Yes.
and all that, and maybe at least like a portion of each squad should learn some healing ability from Squad 4 and
Yes.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
honest. I think some of those guys are lacking in swordsmanship. I need Squad 11 is obviously the place for that.
yeah,
Yeah, I think we need way more crossover.
yeah, and then I would like to see more of, like from the Ninja Corps of Squad 2. That would have been cool.
I
From
feel
Soifang and Yuriichi because Yuriichi and Soifang are the one who know about the Shunko. Um, and Yuriichi is like massively expert at that because the whole lightning cat thing at the end.
right.
Like I think that's something that's good to teach to your reconnaissance squad to where like they don't have to entirely rely on just the Zanpakuto. And it's another like offset a tool in the arsenal that they can use.
Because the Squad 2 that shit's still linked to Yurichi's family. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
yeah, like they're still subservient, I should say, to
Yeah,
her.
her little brother is the head of the family.
Right. Um, and all of that has been like all of Yurichi's quote unquote past crimes have been wiped off the board, right? Like all that's just been absolved.
Yeah. And
Okay.
like as far as like more stuff too that they can incorporate, I think they could learn more stuff from the beast realm as well. That would have been cool. The whole Komamura and his father, watching the gate of the to the beast realm. That would have been cool to see. Maybe they try to incorporate that into the arsenal somehow,
Right.
to where like maybe they can learn beast technique, like maybe like gaining a strength of a beast from the beast realm
That would be kind of
into the power.
that would be kind of dope actually, or at least have a or well. With that being said, I think that, but I do think that's actually a good idea. Do you think 13 squads are enough now? Should we have a 14th squad be
I
introduced?
I think what I think 13 is fine because all it is just redistributing their forces
Right.
to another squad. But then like you gotta think like what would like a 14 squad be specialized in?
I mean, I'd like to see just a whole new squad with just a whole new frame of thinking. I don't know. Maybe have a squad that specializes in beast form, for example, or have a squad that is a jack of all trades but a master of none. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, what are your thoughts on that initially? I mean, I'm just throwing it out there as a concept.
I mean, it could be, but I don't know if that's like a significant to the number 13 squad.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean like that could be cool to do, but then like who would be the captain of this new squad?
I kind of want somebody new because, like, you know how we have how they kind of introduced well, in this new chapter they only introduced two new people. Now I think about it, that one kid who doesn't speak. Um,
Actually, his ability is kind of cool.
what squad is he part of? Is he
He's part of Komamura squad, although Komamura is now a dog or a wolf.
right? That's squad 10, right? No, that's squad 9.
Um, Let me see.
Because 10 is
I
oh
think no, yeah, it might be Squad 9.
yeah, I think it's squad 9. Okay, so he's part of his squad. Like I say, he doesn't talk. What's it? What are his? Refresh my memory real quick. What's his abilities?
Yeah, he can talk and he can hear. So
Oh,
he's
is he deaf too? Really?
yeah, he's deaf and mute, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, because he have to read lips, so
Right, 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 right. What's his abilities? You remember?
technically there are 14 squad because the Keto Corps are their own squad.
Right, but we don't actually classify them as part of the 13. Well, within the boundaries, they're more like a special. I don't want to say special teams. Sorry, but they're more like a special division. Yeah.
I like the Zero Squad too. But yeah. But his ability are um they didn't really explain it. It's just like he basically do like spiritual writing on his sword, and that is a way for him to activate it without having to speak the name.
Mm-hmm.
So he rented out, and his sword transformed into like these Shikigami, um, and then they turn into like a bunch of hawks and
Oh,
devour the whole hollow.
oh, you're right. Actually, someone just pointed out it's that he was squad 7.
Oh, Squad 7?
Yeah, he was. Oh, really? I feel like he was.
Oh, okay, yeah. Squad 9 is Shuhei and Kensei. Okay,
Yeah.
cool,
All right. Big ups on that. Thank you.
nice.
Um. Damn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
It's been a
really
minute.
like his ability though. It's pretty cool. Same thing with Homegirl. Although her claw kind of she she destroyed the nut of that hollow.
Hey, man. Hey. Consequences. Consequences be damned, bruh. Stuff has to
I
happen.
I, I guess. I
It's a
guess.
hollow, dude. They don't have any feelings.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
Look at my boy Okiura, sad boy.
We don't.
One thing that we didn't point out in this chapter was Kira showing up.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Gin's lieutenant. For those who don't remember what happened to Kira, he got a big ass hole in his chest by
Right.
Basby. during the Thousand Year Blood War, and Mayuri snatch him up and bring him into the lab and basically turn him into a cyborg,
Yeah, Terminator.
specialized in killing. But my boy is suffering a lot because he's constantly in pain and misery
Uh huh.
in that form.
So this Hell arc is actually kind of has even more significance to it if you think about it.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, my boy Kira is like in constant pain.
Yeah, it's kind of shitty. It's kind of shitty.
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, as it pertains to the hollows, right? They don't actually have holes anymore, right? They have rings, or the ones
Yeah,
in Hell, I should say, right?
so it explained by Saizo Aparo is their hollow hole basically become
Sorry.
it turned outward into rings.
Yeah.
And you can kind of see that in the hollows and Saizo Aparo in this chapter to
Uh-huh.
where the hollows rings are on the outside instead of being on their body now.
And
Or
and they're bound with like chains or
yeah, it's like chain tattoo.
yeah.
Those chain, if you remember, like the soul, they have like these chain over the hollow holes before they become a hollow or stuff like that.
Right.
They got like this chain kind of like hanging out from their holes, right?
Right.
And I believe that become the chain that if they are sent to hell, those chains become the tattoo that bound their body to hell itself.
Yikes.
Kind of like how they explain it in the Hellverse movie, to where the chain you cannot get rid of those chains, and that's constantly binding your body and spirits into hell. So I kind of like that whole thing, and it looked like they can use it as a weapons because Renchi got caught
By
by
a
the chain.
bunch of them on some Hellraiser shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. Yet again, if he was keeping up with his training and shit, that wouldn't have happened, or it shouldn't have happened.
Oh, I just realized something. Since Saizo Aparo is in hell, a bunch of other Arankars
Are in there too.
are in there too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, I want a redemption arc from my boy Stark.
Yeah,
Uh,
I agree
yeah.
because I feel like he
Stark,
deserves that shit.
Stark got bone
Yeah,
hard.
Stark got
I
fucked.
want to see a rematch between Stark and Kiragu.
That'd be a good fight.
And then I don't think Okiura is down there because Okiura's his shit is entirely different because he just dissolved
Mm-hmm.
into nothingness. So I don't know if he gonna be down there or not. It would be cool. So I definitely think the Arankar might end up getting involved as well. So like Haribel and Nell and
Wait.
Grimjow might get involved.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say like yeah. I was gonna say like Nell's not dead and
No, no.
Grimjaw. I don't know.
Yeah, Nell and Haribel became the two queen of Hueco Mundo
Now that's after she got chained. Oh well, that's after she got chained up by Yuha.
in
Back
this
in the
next
last.
dungeon.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah. I mean, hey man, she's
But
only
yeah,
had.
she's freed now.
Uh huh.
And I believe they also mentioned how Mayuri enhanced the Arankar uh, for the Thousand Year Blood War, so they might be a lot stronger now.
Wow. Now, do you think someone like Grimjaw would actually allow himself to be enhanced? Like he's always prided himself on his own strength and
Uh,
ability and shit.
I don't think you have a choice.
What?
I don't think you have a choice.
No, no, no,
Hey,
no, no,
hey,
no,
bro.
no.
He might have, or if not, he might have unlocked his Secunda resurrection ability, kind of like how Ogura is. Maybe him and Haribel now have unlocked their second stage.
I hope so because I really feel like that was not a missed opportunity because I understand that you would have to be incredibly skilled and incredibly powerful to do so. Especially, even though I'm curious if Aizen actually knew if he had unlocked that second form or not. I feel like Aizen knew and he was just like, yeah, let him think what he wants to think.
Yeah, I think definitely. I think Aizen definitely knew about Ogura's second form, but he's like, I'm not gonna mention anything if he doesn't say anything.
And it's not a threat to me anyway, so what do I care?
Yeah, because I think he really doesn't give a shit about his espada. So
Well, I don't think it was more the fact that he didn't give a shit about the Espada. I just think he was just like, that doesn't threaten me. It is what it is. When he gets his
yeah,
back into a corner, he'll still do what he has to do. So let him have it.
yeah.
So I get it.
Speaking of the Aranka, beyond the second release, do you think they have something else beyond that, or is that it for them?
No, I feel like I feel like there's at least one more stage.
One more stage?
Yeah, I feel like there's still one more stage. I don't know. I feel like something like that, falls into threes, so to speak.
Hmm.
I don't know. I
Maybe.
like the idea. Like after they hit the human form, they hit the like almost a human type of hybrid type animal form, and then they have like a third completed form. I think. I mean, if it's further than that, then great. But I feel like there's some stages, there's some levels to this shit.
Mm.
I certainly do feel like
Yeah,
that.
then
Yes.
then yeah, definitely the Shinigami needs some kind of boost in the power. Then
Yeah, they do.
I don't, Bankai wouldn't be enough.
It wouldn't. I mean, for some of them, it's kind of not. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even though like when you look at people's Shinkais and then there's some of their Zanbakutos, like the abilities and everything are really really unique and shit and really really cool. So I'd like to see either an expansion where they kind of further develop those skills into something new, which
Hmm.
that's still familiar, or I need to see another stage of something. I'd like to see like another weapons variant. Like I'd like to see it go from like a sword to kind of like
I
what
want to
can
see a pistol, bro. I want to see a pistol,
a
kind of like how
pistol.
Burn the Witch, like all the witches are using like pistol and shit.
Yeah.
I want to see that,
But if we get that crossover though,
like
then
sword, like sword and pistol.
that would okay, so that would see what don't you think that's really more like a pirate type theme?
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm still open for it though. That still sounds actually pretty fucking cool to be honest
Cause
with you.
like I'm trying to think like what weapon have like older Japanese samurai has used. You know,
Um, are we talking about before the?
that might have been like modernized slowly by the West.
I see.
Yeah, that could be a concept.
Yeah, it could actually, absolutely.
And like I say, like Urahara, he's basically the Steve Jobs of the Soul Society, along with Mayuri, who fuck I don't know, the Bill Gates Soul Society. They're working on modernizing the whole scene. So I wouldn't be surprised to come up with some crazy stuff.
That's true. With that being said, let's jump back a little bit to the lieutenants or sorry, the squad leaders that are in hell and shit.
Hmm.
If and since it looks like we're gonna go there anyway, what are your thoughts on how do you think they're gonna look at the Soul Society now? Being that I assume time certainly flows differently in hell, but like
Hmm.
after seeing some of their former comrades and what's been going on, do you think they're going to be resentful? Do you think they're going to be pissed off because of their situation? Do you think they've made peace with it? Because a lot of them have admitted that hey, they did some really fucked up shit and
Yeah.
and so on, so they deserve these penance. What do you think? What do you think their thoughts are and their moral, if you will, senses are being in hell all this time?
Um, as far as like Ukitage, Unohana, and Yamamoto. Also, the thing about Yamamoto is kind of ironic is or it might be like a foreshadowing from Yamamoto was his Bankai ability basically raised Skeleton up from hell, right?
Yes.
And now he himself got sent to hell. It's pretty ironic.
Yeah, actually, all the people that he slayed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
Wow.
don't know if he will ever be resentful to the Soul Society. So I don't know if he'll ever become like an enemies. But like we mentioned before, hell itself, the atmosphere and the environment could have warped their mind
Hmm.
entirely. So maybe like people who are stronger, have stronger willpower might be able to resist it
Hmm.
for a long period of time. but I feel like they're definitely corrupted soul uh down there. Like with all the wrong cars and past Shinigami. Maybe especially those who have abused their power in the past. To get like Shinigami, like maybe someone from the Four Noble family who have done some fucked up shit, like uh, you know, taking the Shinigami King and having his body part distributed and stuff like that.
Holy shit.
Um, yeah, and like maybe the more sin they had committed over their 100,000 years of being a Shinigami or from the human world, maybe all that become like kind of like their own ring, kind of like how the Rancor was, or how the Hollow and the Rancor were in Hell, to where maybe their sin is manifested in a different way, or and like, maybe like all the sins are manifested as chains and stuff like that. So like the amount of chain you have on your bodies or being bounded, they represent how much sins you
Sin
have and
you've
how
committed.
much, yeah, and how much like and maybe anger or anguish you have towards maybe like individuals or maybe the world itself. So they could be the villains.
Okay.
'Cause I'm trying to think who would be the main big baddie villain in the arc.
I
Like
want
is some new character that we don't know, like a warden of hell, or if we're going by the hell thing, maybe like it's King Yama or someone.
either that or someone, or because like you remember how when Yamamoto and essentially the Soul Society started and they were kind of just a gang of bandits essentially and
Yeah.
murderers and shit.
I could like to see them as like the Shinsengumi, uh, during the Edo time, to where like the police force
Yeah,
technically.
like I'd like it would be kind of cool if not the main baddie, but maybe one of like the sub bosses, if you will.
Mm,
It'd be dope to see if it was one of them who were
yeah,
like,
or like all the previous member. It'd be cool to see like maybe they've been corrupted by that ideal so much, and it might be cool to see like maybe Yamamoto having to end up fighting his past comrade and
yeah,
protecting the realm from in protecting the gate, from being breached or destroyed by them.
right, yeah, that would work out. But yeah, I don't know if
Because like, if the gate of hell is like destroyed or whatever, or being burst open, it will be literal hell on earth and the soul society in Mundo. And we don't even know how that's gonna affect the law of like physics, uh, you know, uh, in the normal realm.
right, because that does shift the balance.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would be kind of. I mean, the possibilities are kind of endless if you think about it. The possibilities kind of endless.
yeah,
And then, like I said, seeing some of the former Shinigamis that we lost early on end up coming back would be kind of crazy too. Like, I'd like to see what Gin thinks of his situation.
mm.
Oh, that would be kind of crazy.
Bro. Oh, we might end up seeing Gin.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we might if we see Gin again, then what? Would he be not
I
resentful,
feel
right?
like I feel like he's not resentful. He's definitely a good guy
Right,
too. I think he's a good guy. Masquerading as a bad guy.
right,
He's a dude dressing as another dude, playing another dude.
dude. It would be. It would be. I hope we get to see. We hope we get to see them, and they're like, "Yeah, we don't agree with this, so we're gonna side with our with our friends and whatnot, and
Yeah,
try to fight that out."
yeah. So
Yeah,
it'll be cool. See like a cool team up.
it, it would.
Between like past enemies and stuff like that. So and then Kaname might be down there. Shit.
I think there's gonna be a lot of people down there. I'm
Yeah, it's
anxious.
gonna be it's gonna be a big arc, I
Yeah,
think.
Kubo's gonna be. This is. I assume we have years upon years of content that Kubo's gonna be waiting on for this shit.
Hopefully, Kubo stay healthy.
Yeah, because you know We lost the creator.
Miura.
Yeah, we lost the creator of Bleach.
Oh wait, no, not Bleach.
Or not Bleach. Sorry.
Berserk.
Of Berserk. We may never get a conclusion to Hunter x Hunter.
Please come back,
I don't think we're ever gonna catch that.
Togashi. Please come
It's
back.
nah, bro. He's having too much fun with what World of Warcraft and his Sailor Moon wife. Yeah, that's probably not
Whoa,
happening.
chill.
What? What? He likes the cosplay as
And
Sailor
he played Dragon Quest, sir.
Dragon Quest. I'm sorry. Okay, sorry. My apologies. So yeah, that's actually kind of the sad part if you think about it. Like a lot of these older series or some of these older mangas that never got a conclusion may never get a conclusion.
I mean, maybe it's better to end your manga early than to live yourself than to live long enough to see it become Boruto.
Yeah, yeah. To be honest,
But yeah, I really hope Kubo do this arc right. Now that he maybe have more freedom to do it how he wanted.
mm-hmm.
I kind of wish that like maybe he had gone back to like older arcs and maybe like do it how he wanted it. Kind of like that the Thousand Year Blood War. It was definitely rushed.
Oh yeah, it
I
was
felt
hella
like it,
rushed.
especially toward the end. I kind of wish he had gone back and do that last maybe few chapter or few arc the right way or how he wanted it.
Do you think that's
Um,
something? Do you think that's something in the cards for Kubo now, or do you think that's something he's just like, yeah, I'm good.
if anything, maybe he'll try to incorporate it into the anime
Mm-hmm.
because maybe the anime might be more lenient on being able to do that kind of stuff. So
Yeah,
I'm pretty excited for the anime to come back. I definitely want to try to do like live reaction for it.
you got an ETA for that?
Not yet.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm pretty hyped for the Bleach anime to come back. That'd be cool. I still gotta get caught up with Burn the Witch.
And how many chapter? Well, no, it wasn't. Yeah, how many chapters are out on that?
Burn the Witch, I think it's only like 6 or 7
Okay,
chapters.
so there's not much for me to read then. All right, I can.
I know the movie is supposed to be coming out or has already came out. So yeah,
Has it just not been translated yet? Well, doesn't matter. Most people read subtitle anyway. So
yeah.
yeah. Anything else that you want to add, my guy?
As far as Bleach, I think that's it.
All right. This was fun.
Oh yeah, hold on. Grammy's a bitch. Okay,
What?
he doesn't know how to use his ability correctly.
What?
I hope, bro. I'm gonna be so mad during that fight in the anime. Grammy was stupid in his way of using his ability.
Uh,
He got all this power, right? He had the brain of the Soul King. And
Right.
He doesn't know how to use it.
okay. Explain. Explain. We're talking about the Kenpachi fight, clearly.
Yeah.
Explain how he botched that fight, sir.
He doesn't. He have no imagination. There are 1,000 of way he could kill Kenpachi, but no. He's like, oh, he's too strong. I'm gonna cease to exist now. What the fuck is that? Throw this motherfucker into the sun, into an exploding star.
Oh, he threw him into the vacuum of space, didn't he?
Yeah, but that ain't shit. Throw him into the sun. You want to kill him?
Okay. Okay. Well, we should do. Yeah, we should definitely do. We'll definitely have a discussion video or stream when that fight comes out. I mean, let's
Like
be honest.
literally, all he was like doing is like summoning a bunch of guns and then
Yeah, that wasn't a good look.
and then piss his pant because Kenpachi broke out of the vacuum of space. Like,
Yeah.
okay, you could do a lot more than that with your ability.
Hey man, maybe even the Soul King has limits. I suppose.
I guess.
We'll wait and see how that's animated though. That's just gonna be funny. I'm looking forward to that. I just
Yeah.
want to hear that kid scream. That's all.
Yeah.
All right, my dude. Like I said, we'll definitely do another one of these. We already have some videos lined up. We have one or two that haven't been released yet.
Yeah, it's a Dead Note one.
Yeah. I plan.
I would like to do a stream for One Piece. That'd be cool.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. What chapter are we at so far, by the way?
The newest chapter, I think it's 1025.
25.
Yeah.
Oh,
Luffy and Momo in his dragon form just made it up to Kaido.
okay, nice. All right, so I'm only down by like 2 chapters, so I can definitely read that up, and then we can definitely pop one of those off. Like I said, most of you guys are going to hear this after the fact. This is kind of something just random we started. As we start getting a rhythm for it, we'll make sure that the notification gets sent out. So, for those of you who want to show up, can show up. If not, you can always catch the VOD at a later time and date. But
Yeah.
thank you guys for listening. We very much appreciate it. Like I said, expect some more videos to come out. I have at least 3 videos lined up for wrestling related, and then I
Mm,
have some Dragon Ball Z stuff also in the works. And then, like I said, we did a Bleach stream. There'll probably be some topic videos that will come out of this when I
mm.
hear it on the playback. And then expect a One Piece stream from us, and certainly a salty, salty, salty Dragon Ball stream in the future.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because that's always fun.
Wait, did the new chapter for Dragon Ball came out yet?
Not yet. I don't think.
To
After.
where they're gonna go over Vegeta's ultra ego? Yeah, I kind of hate that name. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's not great. I think the chapter drops this week though.
Mm.
I do honestly think it drops this week. So, so it gives us both a chance to kind of catch up on that, and then we can do a stream forthwith whenever we're ready on that.
Okay.
All right, cool. But like I said, thank you guys very much for coming out and hearing us out, and we'll see you guys for the next one, most certainly. Later,
Yeah.
people.
Peace.